You know that feeling when you're scrolling through Instagram and you see someone your age buying their first house or posting about their early retirement fund, and you're just sitting there wondering how the hell they're doing it? Like, you have the same degree, same job market, same student loans. So what's different? Here's the thing. There's a specific number that separates people who build real wealth from people who stay stuck forever, and it's not what you think. If you want to understand the real mechanics behind wealth building, instead of just hoping things will magically improve, hit that subscribe button. Now, before I reveal this number, let me ask you something. When you think about getting rich, what comes to mind? Maybe you picture some trust fund kid who never had to worry about money. Or perhaps you imagine someone grinding away for years, slowly accumulating wealth, $1 at a time. But here's what actually happens. There are invisible financial thresholds. Once you cross them, the entire game changes. Think about pushing a heavy boulder uphill. At the bottom, every inch forward takes maximum effort. You're straining, sweating, barely making progress. But once you get that boulder to the top and push it over, suddenly gravity is working for you. That's exactly how wealth building works. And the number I'm about to reveal is that peak, the turning point where everything shifts from impossible to inevitable. That number is $50,000. Hit $50,000 in savings and investments by age 30, and you're literally 10 years ahead of everyone else. Not because of some magic trick, but because of basic math and psychology working together. Let me break down exactly why. First, let's talk about what happens in your brain. When you don't have money saved, your brain operates in survival mode. Every decision is filtered through fear and scarcity. You take the first job offer, even if it sucks, because you can't afford to wait. You stay in situations you hate because leaving feels too risky. You say yes to things you don't want because you need the money. Your mental bandwidth is completely consumed by survival. It's like trying to plan a vacation while your house is on fire. But something remarkable happens when you hit $50,000. Suddenly, you stop asking, "How do I survive?" and start asking, "How do I grow this?" You move from reactive to proactive. Studies show people with this buffer are 3 times more likely to ask for raises they deserve, start side businesses, leave toxic jobs for better opportunities, take calculated career risks. While everyone else is playing defense, you're playing offense. And trust me, that compounds over decades. Now here's where the math gets absolutely insane. Let's say you hit $50,000 by age 30 and invest it in a simple index fund earning an average 10% return per year. Here's what happens. By age 40, without adding another single dollar, that $50,000 grows to $130,000. By age 50, it's $337,000. By age 60, it's $873,000. And by age 65, you're looking at $1.4 million. Let me say that again. $50,000 at age 30 becomes $1.4 million by age 65 without you adding a penny. Now let's compare this to someone who starts at age 40 instead of 30. They save the exact same $50,000 by age 40 and invest it the same way. By age 50, they have $130,000. By age 60, they have $337,000. By age 65, they have $523,000. Same effort, same money, same investment strategy. But the person who started at 30 has $1.4 million. The person who started at 40 has $523,000. That's a difference of $877,000 just because of 10 years. This is what I mean when I say hitting $50,000 by 30 puts you 10 years ahead. You're not just 10 years ahead in time, you're nearly $1 million ahead in wealth. But here's the crazy part. Most people don't just hit $50,000 and stop. That $50,000 proves to yourself that you can build wealth. So you keep going. Let's say after hitting $50,000 by age 30, you continue saving just $500 per month. Not a massive amount. That's like 1 or 2 nights out per week that you skip. By age 65, you're not looking at $1.4 million. You're looking at $3.8 million. Meanwhile, the person who started at 40 with the same $500 monthly contributions, they end up with $1.3 million, a $2.5 million difference because of 10 years. That's the power of compound interest. That's the power of starting early. And that's why hitting $50,000 by age 30 is the single most important financial milestone in your life. But here's what most people miss, and this might be the most important part of this entire video. When you save $50,000, you're not just accumulating money in a bank account, you're fundamentally rewiring your identity. Think about what it actually takes to save $50,000 by age 30. Unless you're making crazy money or living rent-free, this requires serious discipline. You had to track where every dollar was going. You had to say no to things you wanted so you could set money aside instead. You had to resist the urge to blow your savings on whatever shiny object caught your attention. You had to watch your friends take expensive vacations, buy new cars, upgrade their apartments, while you stayed focused on your goal. Most importantly, you had to do all of this consistently for years. And here's the kicker. You proved to yourself that you can control your money instead of letting it control you. You became the type of person who can delay gratification when it really matters. That's not just a financial skill, that's a life skill. Having $50,000 saved doesn't just change your money, it changes your career. When you're broke, you're trapped. Your boss could be terrible, your job could suck, but you can't leave because you need that paycheck. You can't negotiate, you can't take risks, you're stuck, and everyone knows it. But $50,000 changes the entire dynamic. Suddenly, you have what I call walking away money. You could quit tomorrow and survive for months while finding something better. This shifts everything. You start asking for raises because the worst they can say is no, and you'll be fine either way. You push back on unreasonable requests because you're not afraid of the consequences. You explore new opportunities because you can afford to take calculated risks. Here's what's really crazy. Often, you don't even need to use your walking away money. Just having it changes your entire demeanor at work. You become more confident, more assertive, more willing to take on challenging projects. And guess what happens when you show up differently? People notice. Suddenly, you're getting better assignments, more recognition, and yes, more money. But here's where most people mess this up, and I see it constantly. They hit $50,000, feel that psychological shift, and then immediately blow it on something stupid. Maybe they decide they deserve a new car since they've been so disciplined, or they take an expensive vacation because they've earned it. Don't do this. That $50,000 is not a reward for good behavior. It's the foundation of your entire financial future. The moment you drive a new car off the lot, it loses about 20% of its value. So, you're not just spending money, you're actively destroying wealth. Compare that to investing the same amount in a diversified portfolio. Instead of watching your money evaporate, you're watching it multiply. That car payment might make you feel wealthy, but it's actually keeping you poor. The person driving the flashy new car is probably stressed about money, while the person driving the older Honda is quietly building wealth and sleeping better at night. So how do you actually hit $50,000 by 30? If you start at age 22, you have 8 years. $50,000 divided by 8 years is $6,250 per year. That's $521 per month. If you invest that $521 monthly in an index fund, earning 10% annually, you'll hit $50,000 by age 30. But Max, I can't save $521 per month. Okay, let's be real. Can you save $300 per month? That's $10 per day. Skip one restaurant meal per week, make coffee at home, cancel subscriptions you don't use, you've got $300. At $300 per month with 10% returns, you'll hit $50,000 by age 32. 2 years late, but still ahead of 95% of people. The point is, this is achievable. It's not easy. It requires discipline, sacrifice, and delayed gratification, but it's absolutely possible. Look, hitting $50,000 by age 30 isn't going to make you rich overnight, but it will fundamentally change how you think about money and opportunity. It's the difference between surviving and thriving, between reacting to life and designing it. Start building that foundation today, because your future self is counting on the decision you make right now. Your future self is watching what you do with your next raise. Make them proud. If this opened your eyes, hit that subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. Drop a comment and tell me your current savings goal. I'll see you in the next one.